Hello friends, welcome to my channel, The Slim Herbivore. Today I wanted to share something not vegan related, but something that has been keeping me grounded through this hectic year: bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is a system of taking notes and tasks quickly, first developed by Ryder Carroll, a digital product designer. He built an entire company around this method of keeping tabs on your thoughts and to-dos. If you want a more in-depth system to plan your year, month, and weeks, definitely check out his site. I put the company's URL in the description. Now, I'm sure you've seen on Pinterest the many different methods and variations of the bullet journal, but I wanted to share with you the way that I do it. I wanted to have a minimal setup, and so I used many system parts from one YouTuber, Elsa Rhae. Her designs and setup really inspired me, and you should definitely check out her content as well. I also put her YouTube video that inspired me in the description box below. The way I do it is extremely simple, so it's less about the artistry and more about saving time and sticking to it. The setup takes 10 minutes, and each day takes less than 5 minutes to fill out. At the beginning of every month, I start with a set of month pages. On the left, I write the month name on the top, and then for this page, I use it to sometimes mark significant events that I need to remember, like birthdays, holidays, vacations, or important deadlines. Other previous months, I've used it to write down monthly goals using the SMART method, or note down any TV series or podcasts that I've watched or listened to. There's no strict rules on how to set this up, so I like to switch it up every month. On the next page, I list each day and use it for gratitudes. This is a page where I write 1 to 3 things that I'm either grateful for or sometimes small wins from the day. While it may seem tedious at times to write the days, there are scientific papers that show associations with gratitude and well-being. For example, one 2018 randomized control trial showed that psychotherapy patients reported better mental health and more use of positive words in their writing after 4 and 12 weeks of writing gratitude letters every day. The link to that paper is in the description. On the next 2 pages for the bullet journal, I write down daily habits and a sleep tracker. For daily habits, I write down the days in a horizontal or landscape format. Then, on the very left, I write down the habits that I want to track. I usually add things like whether or not I ate completely vegan that day, or if I weightlifted, or if I did cardio for that day. So for each day, I add a dot if I did do that habit. Sometimes I put habits that I want to minimize too, such as tracking the days that I consumed alcohol. At the end of each day, I mark those off. For the top page, my sleep tracker has 3 sections. In the first half of the page, I write down the time period from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. I label that sleep. And then in the left columns, in the lower 2 quarters, I put in descending order 5 to 1. Then I label those stress and energy. For each morning, on the first half of the page where I marked sleep, I draw a line between 2 dots to show when I woke up and then when I went to sleep. And then I also mark the stress that I feel and the energy that I feel that morning. And as I go through each of the days, then it starts to form a line graph and I can see the variations in my sleep and energy. Sometimes I like to put my mood as well and draw little emojis to reflect how I feel during that morning. Alright, now moving to the weekly spread. For each week, I divide the page into quarters. There should be 8 sections total for the week. First section on the top left, I put the month and the week, and then moving to the right, I label the weekdays Monday through Sunday with the date. For that first section on the top left, add whatever you'd like to set the tone for the week. I like to put a quotation that I find inspiring or impactful, and I also like to list my top 3 goals. Within each day, I write down high-level tasks. For the tasks that I complete, I draw an X through the bullet point. For tasks that I haven't done and need to do tomorrow, I draw an arrow. And for tasks or events that are canceled, I draw a line right through it. For the tasks that I haven't completed and put an arrow, I make sure to migrate it to the next day. In order to prevent my bullet journal from getting too full, I put smaller tasks and events that move a lot in my Google Calendar. So here's what it looks like when it's filled out. I admit I miss days of the journal and I leave them blank sometimes. It's not about being perfect for me, rather it's about seeing how consistently I can stick to it and admit that I have days that I miss. And that's it. This system was inspired by multiple sources, and I continue to refine it as I go. I do find it useful to ground myself and mentally focus on the day by stepping away from the computer or phone screen to do my bullet journal. I've also been playing around with different layouts, and that's the fun of it. I encourage you to try this system and make your own. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in starting to bullet journal or have been for a while. I'm curious to see how the online community has evolved this productivity and art form. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.